Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancey. My name is John Haynes, and I'm here with my co-host and partner, Yancey Seals.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Red Hat Friday. How you guys doing? Hey, John, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. How you been, brother? It's been a week.
Hey,
I've been
man.
like, yeah.
Just out there grinding until I make it, man. Faking it till I make it.
That's, yeah. Just grinding. Keep the grind on, brother. Keep the grind on. I'm telling you, everybody's like, oh, you still doing well, someone told me, I knew you was going to get into something else. I'm like, hey, man, look, you just keep grinding, keep grinding. And eventually something going to happen,
That's right, man.
something going to happen.
Don't stop rowing that boat.
No, I can't stay stagnant, man. I don't like to stand still. I don't like this. Even when I was young, man, that's like people always say, you always going. Yeah, because I don't like to stand still. It's just, I don't like it.
Yeah. Stand still,
Keep
you ain't moving.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You can tread water, I'll swim.
And always move forward, never backwards. Don't worry about what's in the past. Move forward.
That's right. There you go. See, that's a nugget right there. So, man, there has been so much happening in the United States within the last couple of days and the last couple of weeks. Talk to me about the what is that in Georgia? Let's talk about Georgia. Georgia.
Yeah, the sister, the DA, obviously she just released the judge actually released the contents of the grand jury's report, and the grand jury is saying that we got somebody here lying. The grand jury said there's too many inconsistencies here. One person say this, one person say that. What you mean? He said you did this. Somebody lying.
Somebody ain't telling the truth. Something smelly. Something kind of smelly. Man, look, you know what? And here I have, honestly, man, look, this is going on 2.5 years now. I have really lost faith in the American legal system and in our system of government. You cannot look at what's going on in the United States today and say that it's being done properly. We're being governed properly, because we're not. No. I'm not saying that we're worse or better than anybody else, and we always say we're better than everybody else, but it's just not right. The way we're being governed is flawed, and it's majorly flawed. People are dying in the streets. If basically our law enforcement people are killing people, and the most important thing is you all right, man? Okay, the most important thing is that our people are killing people, or each other. American people are killing each other. And the question you have to ask the question, why?
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
I mean, I don't see. Okay, look, you can look at that too, like we were talking about, and we're happy that they released some of the report in Georgia. But look, I mean, let's just face this: if this was you or I, this report would be already released, and people, the people would be in jail already. The guilty people would be in jail already. But then they're saying, well, we have to make sure we have all our ducks in line. So if you arrest a regular person or indict a regular person, you don't have to have all your ducks in line. I don't get this. I don't get this. And the people that really know me, they know I was sold on this system. I did America's system. I love America, love American system. This is the best. Now I'm like, look, I got problems with it. I got major problems with it because it's flawed.
Yeah. I guess I share your sentiments exactly. And I have a real problem with the justice system right now. I have a problem with America. You want to tell the truth about it? I have a real problem with America. Tell the truth about it. And that's probably another story. But let's focus this thing right on the American justice system. Yes. I got a problem with it. Just tell people the damn truth. Just be truthful. There's two sets of laws, one for your ass and one for them. Just tell the truth so we'll know.
Because and get it over with.
And get it over with. Because there's nothing going to happen to them. They know who's lying. If I went to the grand jury and lied, I went to jail that day. If I go out and do something I got no business, I go to jail that day. And they'll deal with it. And are they going to half-ass the investigation? Maybe. So why is it different from me to them to somebody else. The laws of this should be a law. It's a law. It shouldn't be a perspective of the person. Whoever committed that crime has to pay for it. Need to be can have some accountability. And it's from all of them. It's terrible.
It should be, the accountability should be immediate. It should be as soon as possible. Our system supposedly calls for, justice as soon as possible. But I mean, look at this, man. You're going on 2.5 years. And then they know Lindsey Graham lying. Let's quit acting. It was Lindsey Graham and it was Mark Meadows. They lied to save Donald Trump's ass. Okay. Yeah. But no, we're going to continue to play this little game, this little, oh, well, we don't know who, we're not going to tell you who we think lied, but somebody lied. This is not a damn show. This is not somebody's, weekly TV broadcast show. Come on, man. Yeah.
We flat out know, I'm not going to call that motherfucker no general, excuse my language. We know he lied, Flynn, but he's a known lie, right?
Flynn lied, man.
He was going to jail because he lied, but Trump gave him a pardon.
That's right.
So,
and
he's a known liar.
If Trump hadn't pardoned him, his ass would be in jail right now.
Today.
I don't get it. And I'm like going, okay, so what you're telling me and what you're telling the world is that your system of government, your system of legal system is not effective, or it's not working properly. Now, it's working properly for the rich people, it's working properly for politicians, but it's not working properly for us. And like you said, let's just say, okay, these are the rules that are for the common people. Okay, this is what you will abide by. Now, for people who are rich and people who are powerful, this is their set of rules. Let's just, this is the way it is.
Just let us know the rules.
Just say it, but this big facade of liberty and justice for all, it's a lie. You're proving it on a freaking daily basis.
Every single day.
And people, and the thing is, and if you go back, people can go back and listen. Man, I was so protective of American good. Well, we have the best government in the world. We have the best. I don't know that. I don't know that.
No one knows.
You know what I mean?
Because we're doing our conducts and actions are the same as any other country or third world country, if you will. The exact same thing.
So
we'll storm the Capitol and try to drag out the goddamn vice president and hang him.
Nothing happens. That's right.
Same thing Brazil did. We did. In fact, Brazil did it because we did it.
That's right. That's right. And see, here's the thing. If you notice that all these governments that have these type of strongmen leaders, these autocrats, they're all doing that. See, because they're watching our government and then they're all doing that. I mean, following suit. It upsets me that we take what's going on today as norm. We take what's going on today because they have us so interested in being clogs, you're the 9 to 5 or whatever it is, to pay off whatever you got, I mean, and we don't even pay attention to what's happening. It's like, yeah, well, they're not bothering me. Turn on, leave it to Beaver. We're good. I mean, come on, man. Father knows best. Yeah, Father knows best. I like that. But anyway, I mean, man, you turn that stuff on and let's just, bury our heads, take our drugs and let's just, and then what's going to happen is we're going to wake up and this isn't already, is not going to be the place that we thought it was. Because they're taking it's being destroyed little by little by little.
It really is. And it's like life is just sucking the life out of us, out of everything. Just little by little out of you, and at some point you say, you know what, get it.
I mean, at some point you gotta. I mean, but then here's again, and I go back to the analogy. How do you cook a frog? You put them in a pot of boiling water. No, you put them in a pot of water that's nice and tepid and not wonderful, right? And then you turn the water up, and the next thing you know, the frog's cooked.
Slowly.
And that's what's been happening to us. I mean, that's what's been happening to United States people. I mean, they're taking our money, they're giving it to other countries, they're giving it to other places. we're suffering here in the United States, and they're giving our stuff away to every other countries, and go ahead.
Now, John had a nugget, you guys, and I'm going to just amplify it. He said, "How do you cook a frog?" Slowly. I'm going to change the subject a tad bit now.
Go ahead.
You can see what DeSantis is doing the same thing about Black history. He's slowly cooking our ass. You see, stop that AP stuff. Slowly turn it down. Slowly cook until all of a sudden we forget all about it, and your ass is on the damn dinner plate.
Yeah,
he's
now
whitewashing everything. And he's doing this slowly. I'm using your analogy. Slowly, just cooking our behind in the pot, and he's gonna let it go. Let it go away.
We just go. Everybody, you know why? Because Super Bowl, brother. We got not only Super Bowl. We got other things. Now, I'm not saying that. I watched the Super Bowl. I had fun. We had a great time. That's another whole subject for another day. But I watched the Super Bowl. We had fun because it's a tradition in our house. My grandkids like it. I didn't watch a game this whole season. That was the only game I watched, and there's another reason why, and we'll talk about it later. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but when that's what you look forward to, when nothing else matters, now what else is happening this week? Is it going to be basketball? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? What did they do and forgive me, what did the emperor do in Rome when everything was going bad? Let's throw the Christians in a big Colosseum. Let's have an event that these people are going to be betting on. They're not going to pay attention to how bad this really is. And this is what's happening with America.
Yeah. I heard a guy say yesterday, he said people out there marching in Florida, and you know what? Ron DeSantis don't care about you marching. He don't give a damn about you out there marching. That don't mean a damn thing, marching.
He wants you to march.
Fuck a march.
He wants you to march. I tell you, I'm not going to another. I mean, and I went and I've been to marches, I've been to protesters, I'm never going to another one again. Yeah. Look, if you do not have an end goal, okay, if you do not have a plan and an end goal, then a march is nothing. Ron DeSantis in Florida, okay, he is actually changing history. He's actually doing, like you said, he's whitewashing, and he's taking everything out. He's taking all of the true history out of high school, junior high school. I heard the term the other day, and I was driving, and man, they said that they want, it's the the slavery, the term that they're using for slavery is involuntary servitude. Involuntary servitude. Man, I'm like, okay, so now we're cleaning it up,
You see, it is
involuntary servitude.
How do you get a huge state like Florida? How do you get the majority of people in Florida to vote for that racist motherfucker?
I don't know. See, this is the whole thing.
He won the race by a landslide.
Either the state is filled with ignorant people. I have to say that, and I know some people who live in Florida, and I'm sorry, but or it's just that's what they believe. And if that's what Florida believes, then cut them off with them stated. I could care less. Tiffany Cross got fired because of what she said about Florida. I could care less about Florida. Matter of fact, and this is my family can tell you, I always tell people anyway, Florida is not supposed to be here. Everybody's like, it's not supposed to be part of the United States. They said, why? I said, every year God tries to take it out. I mean, they have hurricanes, they got all prehistoric animals there. They got every freaking lizard every snake and all this other kind of shit. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a wildlife reserve. It ain't supposed to be people there, but okay. And if all this stuff, for y'all that live in Florida that's offended, too bad.
Yeah,
look, man, I don't care. Florida, you can get mad.
Florida, Texas, Oklahoma. You guys want them? You can have them. Stay there. I wouldn't go there.
No.
Do it.
No.
I don't want to hear that stuff about, well, I'm going to fight. I'm not going. I ain't giving up. I'm going to stay here and fight. Fuck that. That's other places you can go
keep it
and live well and do your same activism someplace else for that. You ain't got to do that madness.
No, I would not. No, I would not live in those countries. I wouldn't live in those states. I just wouldn't. I'm honestly, people say, "Oh, you say that." Look, I've moved 3 times. Okay, I've changed states 4 times. Okay, I'll leave in a heartbeat. You got something I don't like, I'm out. If it gets to the point where I see that's going to affect my life,
Mhm.
I'm gone.
Yeah,
I'm gone. I'm not staying there. You know what I mean? Why? You don't have to live where and like that's what I'm telling you. You don't have to live in Florida. Let them have Florida.
let me have
But
it.
you got DeSantis running around here talking about in involuntary servitude. Okay, and then he doesn't want Black history to be taught in, well, it shouldn't be called. And actually, I have that's something else I want to bring up too. I don't like that term, Black history. It's American history. Okay, we built this joint, man. You know what? It's Black History Month. Okay. If you look at all the people that invented things in this country, I just found out that ice cream, okay, ice cream was brought to this country by everybody's and mac and cheese, which I hate, but every mac and cheese and whipped cream. And they're talking about, oh, it was Thomas Jefferson that did that.
Did
No, it
John say he
wasn't.
don't like macaroni and cheese?
I hate macaroni and cheese, always
Well,
have.
that's a Black person staple.
I know this. All my life, man. All my life. You go to those barbecues, everybody's like, "Oh, I got my mac." I said, "No, thank you." What? You ain't eating my mac? No, thank you. You gotta have some mac and cheese. You gotta have my mac. Okay, fine. I never eat it. Honestly, they put it on my plate. I don't eat it. I don't like mac and cheese. I never did. But Black people like
Anyway,
mac and cheese.
we
Anyway,
digress.
we digress. The person that bought mac and cheese to the United States was Thomas Jefferson's chef. He was a Black guy named Flemings. It was him who did that ice cream and whipped cream. Okay.
Mhm.
And he worked in the White House and he moved. I think he was in Jersey, and I'll get all of this corrected in the notes. But the bottom line is, he's the one that brought ice cream. He didn't invent ice cream, but he brought it to the United States. He brought mac and cheese. Well, mac and cheese was made in France, and it wasn't called mac and cheese. It was called something else. And then they said, okay, it was basically noodles in a cream roux. And that's basically what they had.
Yeah,
And of course, I just didn't like it. Well, it came from France. My grandmother was French, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, I just find out. But the more you find out, the more you think about things, the more you look at who invented what. You're like, look, if it wasn't for Black people, these people would still be in the Stone Ages. I mean, I don't know.
so,
I think that when you say Black history, I think it's American history, but I think that what they should really stop doing is trying to whitewash it. And a man named Mr. Howell used to tell me all the time, man. That man was trying to educate me when I was young. I was 16 years old, thinking I was smelling myself, thinking I was bad. And he would pull me up. Yeah, come here. It's the reason why I called it his story is his story. That's not what happened. This man had nuggets for me, man, when I was young, and I didn't even understand it. It comes back to me even till today. I mean, I'm like, wow. I mean, everybody had their different relationship with him, but Mr. Howell, he was our band. We had a band in Formation of the Mind, and he's the one that helped us, but managed us actually. But I used to talk to him about all kind of things, man, and that was one of them. That was one of them. It just doesn't make sense to me that here we are, some 40 years later, and we're still fighting the same wars, and we're still fighting for the same thing. It irritates me.
I think is one of the biggest reasons that we did not we're still fighting a battle with 1965 tools in our tool belt, and this is 2023.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it's not going to change until you affect the commerce. And the only way, absolutely, the only way you can affect this change is to hit the commerce, hit the pocketbook, hit the money. And as the largest consumer of people, Black folk, us, we need to say, hey, okay, if you're not going to get behind our cause, we're not going to shop with you anymore.
Yeah.
Mr. Walmart, you know what we do in your stores. You don't get behind our cause, we're not shopping with you. We're done.
No.
McDonald's,
No.
Burger King, all of them same thing. Stop it. You don't fight with us, we cannot support you. Can't do it.
If we could only get, we got to do this. Let's get a grassroots thing going where I got to look at that so we can actually, you said that several times, and we should do that because, I'm at a point where the only time when you said that, when I'm thinking back, the only time in history when we have affected change is when we affected the pocketbook.
Yep.
You interrupt. That's right. The buses, you interrupt their money and they gonna listen.
They serious. Oh, we might want to fix this. They serious this time, guys.
Yeah, let them march. Go ahead, march. Yeah, march. Ain't nothing. You ain't march. So what? But you say, okay, we're not buying that. What? Wait a minute. What? 100,000? Not buying. Oh, whoa, hold up. Not 200,000. Time out. Yeah, time out. Someone to taught them something now. So let's start giving them a little bit. But see, this is the whole thing. But we're not, because and why? Why? You know what? And I heard an analogy, man, because I'm doing it for some reason. There's a lot of stuff coming at me right now. I listened to something and do you know what happened in slavery? Do you know? And I know everybody goes to go back to slavery because it's a psychological thing that we still have. On the plantation, if a slave ran away, right? The master the next day would beat the hell out of all the slaves for the whole week. They would beat the hell out of every slave, kids and everything. They would beat them unmercifully and not feed them and have them damn near at death. And then they'd say, if this happens again, this is what's going to happen. So what's happening? We say, I ain't getting my ass beat and I'm not going to go hungry again because your ass want to run. Massa, John trying to run. I mean,
go right over there.
Yeah,
running. See, there you go.
Go get him. Thank you, Massa. We're gonna give you extra food. Thank you, Massa. Thank you. And see, this is what it is. It's a psychological it's a psychological mind mind structure. Okay.
No, he said it right. He said it right the first time. He meant that. They have mind fucked. We are.
Yeah. And we don't realize that. Okay, we don't realize that. And I'm like, come on, man. When I love psychology, and I took extra courses when I was going in for mental health for healthcare administration. And I took extra courses and became a mental health administrator, mental health facilitator. And I'm a certified mental health facilitator. But the reason why is because I start understanding and learning that the things that happened in the past, it's in our brains. Okay, the reason why we're crabs in a barrel, that is the reason why we're crabs in a barrel. Because if we we have the same mindset, and it continues to go on throughout generations. Okay, it's not just, well, that's what they were taught. That no, that when you see your grandson and you say he remind me of Uncle so and so, because the traits go on. The traits go on, the beliefs go on. They take care.
DNA, DNA.
Yeah, in your DNA. So when we see, somebody trying to do well or I'm not helping him. Why? It's the same thing, and I'm gonna go here because it just hit my brain. So like when we ask you guys to please press the like button, just press the like button, but you don't. And the reason why you don't is because of the slave mentality. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This is the truth. That's why you're not doing it. I'm not helping them.
I want to just amplify kind of things what John was saying now and a little earlier also. And the word just popped into my brain. Excuse me, because I'm old. I don't remember stuff as well as I used to. It's called homeostasis.
Homeostasis, yes,
is the balance of pressure where we live. When our homeostasis is interrupted, we get upset because we don't want that to bother us. We don't want that because we don't want to do that. I'm happy in my little box where I am. So my homeostasis is here. But when something tries to get into my box, I'm upset. And I don't do nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
Leave me alone. I'm here. I'm right in my box. I don't want to hear that.
Leave me alone.
I'm fine.
Why you won't cause problems?
Never happened to me. Hey, I'm living in.
And that's where we are. And we're still there. A lot of us are still there. When they say things like, and the fascists turned the term woke around, and that's why I don't even use it. But when people are starting to enlighten themselves and they starting to look at things in a different light, okay, they start to realize and they start to wake up. They start to realize, like, you know what? I mean, do you know the stupid things I used to think? And I think about it now going, man, I really thought that, but I believe that, because I fell for that. And then you start to come out of it. And then you look at it, and like you said, like you put on the glasses and you can't take them off. And that's the hard part, because you see stuff, man. And I see things now that I'm like, oh my God, but what do we, how do you, my thing is, okay, so how do I affect change? I don't want to identify the problem. We've identified it. How do we affect change?
Yeah. See, and that's the program I like to be a part of. We know what the problems are. Now let's find solutions. Let's find some solutions to this.
Exactly.
We know there's a problem with gun violence, but why? It's a solution. How do we fix it? We know there's a problem with racism. Why? What's the solution? How do we fix it? Why are we still being looked upon and acted like second-class citizens? Talking about black folk, black and brown. Why is that?
Why? You have to ask yourself that, and then don't take the easy answer. See, that's just the way they are. They just hate us. Okay, so why? Dig deep and look. And that's the thing is, the solutions. Identifying the situation, everybody does it. They do it. Listen, you can listen to all the major channels. They all identify the situation over and over and over in a different way, over and over and over again. And you're like, okay, so you identified the situation. Does anybody have any? Are we talking about solutions? And of course, our politicians are not, because, like you said, they want to keep everything in their box the same. You'll mess up their money flow. I'm not going to do more work. So they're not going to do it. It's got to start with us. It's got. And I talked to your brother. I talked to Carl, and he didn't give me the permission to say we're going to have a show, but he agreed to do a show. So we can all three of us, man. So like we did last time, and it's going to be about gun violence in America. As I'm researching this, I'm looking at its violence in America, because the gun is just a tool. It's an inanimate object, and the gun, you can put a gun in front of a toddler and let it sit there, and unless somebody touches it, it ain't gonna do nothing. It's just gonna sit there,
Right. So it's here. You got to work with this issue. See, I learned a long time ago that you've already committed it when you said it here. Even before you walked out to go do it. It's committed. You're committed to it right here.
That's right.
So we need to change this. Not simply the action. The action is come from this, the thinking here. This here told me I'm going to do it. But you got to change this.
You got to change
Why
that.
Is this such an issue?
See, and that's where we need to get to. The inanimate object. Come on. If they let's just say we take guns away from, which they're not, from everybody, and nobody had guns, all of a sudden, all the guns are gone. Do you think all the killing will stop? No. They'll start using knives. Look at Japan. They're using knives. They'll use bombs. They'll use cars. They'll use, people that up here, they'll think of things to do. Remember, people don't think about this. Remember anthrax? Remember Rising?
People die every day in prison. There ain't a gun in a prison.
There you go. But see, it's the mindset, and it's the mindset of the American people. And I really think in our subconscious that we know that we're being screwed, but we don't know how to stop it. We don't know how to correct things. So we get frustrated and we act out. You want to harm somebody, you want to kill somebody. Someone's got to pay for your pain. And
America has taken a left turn. I'm not being political, left or right.
No,
has made a left turn somewhere, and struggling to get back and just cannot get back. As you're going down this slippery slope, man, and it's just difficult to get back. As a matter of fact, it's growing strength as it rolls down that hill. It's growing strength. How many states today want to do the same thing what DeSantis is doing? This
Yeah, a
is
lot.
growing and pulling out idiots out of the weeds. These idiots thinking stupid stuff because of what people were saying. And then now let's act on the stupid stuff and what people say. It took a turn. And you got to somehow you got to bring it back somehow. How?
So I don't know yet, but some kind of way. And I mean, I mean, just think about it, man. And one of the reasons why we're doing this, man, you and I, we used to get, not just you and I, but a bunch of us, the brothers, you know who I'm talking about. We get together and we would solve we'd sit down there with our drinks and solve all the problems in the world. I think that solutions are going to come from conversations. I think that solutions are going to come from conversations from people with people who are seeking solutions and not seeking grandiose. They want credit, or they want this is what I'm smart, you're dumb, and all that. That again is a psychological thing that they put on us. So I mean, it's going to take that, and I think it's going to come from grassroots people, because our politicians are too tied up in their money. They're too tied up in their reputation of their party. They're too tied up in those kind of things to care about the American people. And that's another reason why we need to have term limits. I mean, we can go, I know I changed it again, but we need to really look at term limits for every freaking office.
We need to. I feel the exact same way. I don't think no one should spend no more than 8 years, just like the president.
That's it.
The president, 8 years, so is Congress. 8 years, and your ass is done. I feel the same exact way when it comes to working for the federal government as well. And I work for the federal government. 25 years, your ass is out. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what happened, but in 25 years, you're out. So somebody else can come in and fill that job and make money and have a stability income as well.
Good point.
Because hey, government people work, they get paid well. Don't get that misconstrued.
Yeah.
They get paid well. So let's
I always wanted
to come in.
I always wanted a government job, brother.
Yeah, let somebody else come in and do the same thing. They pay their taxes. That's how you fix things.
You're right.
How you fix it.
You're right. You're right. Because look, and again, we also got to change the fact that once you leave your job in Washington, you ain't getting paid, and you're not paying for your health care. You go back and try to make a living on your own. And that's the thing. I really believe that. Look, why should we pay congressmen for the rest of their lives? I don't understand
because once you become that congressman, a senator, whatever case, and you finish your duration, you are going to be rich.
Yeah, I know. Believe me.
Have you ever met a broke ass senator?
Never. You see, and this is the thing. That's the whole thing. Because they're in there and they have all these lobbyists. That will solve the lobbyist problem also too. But see, we have all this, and then and these guys every year after year, 50, 60 years. Was it 30 years? I don't want to exaggerate. Being in the Senate, or being in Congress, and you're like, wait a minute, and it's the same thing that you're still doing over and over and over again. I mean, look, here's the bottom line is you got 8 years. Get the hell out. We're not gonna pay you. Go back to being an American, because see, this is gonna do another thing. You go back to being a regular American citizen, and that means that when you're in Congress, you're going to be making laws that's going to help people, because you're gonna be one of the people that's gonna be needing that help.
Yeah,
that's what I believe. So why? I mean, it's things like that we need to talk about. There are people who can form these things. We could form it into some type of a bill, or some type of something to pass a bill. There's certain things, what is a bill on Capitol Hill, that kind of thing. We follow that, and then and make it try to get it to be a bill. Get somebody to back it, get somebody to write it, get somebody to make it right, and then bring it to the floor. I mean, the thing is that very few of them will, because they're going to be, that's like saying, you know what, you're making $500,000 a year, but here's a bill that's going to make you not make that anymore.
Put that over to the side.
Hold up here. Wait a minute. You know,
Wait
but
just
see,
a
there's
second here.
but see, there's other things. They could write books, man. They can go to work with other companies. They could go, you know, they could do all kind of things other than continually get the money from the American people. See, I don't think American people know that. Yeah, when they go out of Congress, guess what? You're still paying them. You're still paying for
their full salary, $179,000.
dollars along
Yeah.
with their health care
Along
per
with the health care.
year.
And guess
Per
what?
year.
And guess what, racing fans? They get that as soon as they start 30 days after they start Congress, 30 days, that kicks in. So they can leave on the 31st day and they still get that.
They still get that. And hey, look, your boy, what's his name, man? I don't know what his name is.
Santos?
Is that his name? Really? No, anyway.
This week it is.
Look, man, it's not. Here's my question. Is he gonna get the same pay?
Yes. He's been there 30 days already.
Brother, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the reason why I have lost honestly, that's one of the reasons why I've lost all faith in the American system.
Yeah.
Anytime you could have an imposter in Congress, he knows he's an imposter. Everybody knows he's an imposter. But Kevin McCarthy's weak ass ain't gonna do nothing because he's a vote that I'm gonna need one way along the line. So no, I mean the fact that Kevin McCarthy's there is another problem. I have no faith in the government more in our system of government. So we need to change it.
Santos even said he get health care for life. I ain't leaving. I get an excellent salary. I'm not throwing that away. Put me out.
You know,
what's taking so long to put this dude out? Well,
that's what I'm saying.
If I done wrong, I've been out the next damn day.
I mean, look at this, man. Look at this. Okay, now I manage corporations. Can you imagine? I thought about that. Okay, I hire somebody in a C-suite position, right? I hire somebody in a C-suite position, and then we find out, that the guy lied on his resume. The guy didn't do anything he said. The guy didn't have the education that guy or woman didn't have the education that they were supposed to have, and lied about everything, period. What would I do? You think I would say, oh, we're going to have to investigate this a little further. And we're going to have to see. No. Hello, Jane, George. I need to see you in my office right away, please. I need the rest of the board of directors in my office.
Bring your shit out your desk.
That's right. No, not bring your shit. I need to see you in my office with the rest of my directors, okay? Then I need security to go to your office and empty that shit out, okay? When you leave here, you're going out. You ain't going nowhere else, okay? And you are banned from this building forever, okay? No, man, come on. But no, they're sitting there, it's just, can you imagine what the rest of the world is doing? What they're saying, how they're looking at us? Yeah. We have an imposter in Congress voting. And everybody knows he is. Come on, man. Again,
committees and everything else.
Yeah. Again, frustrated, really upset. I don't know. I have no faith in our system of government.
None.
And now, unless this gets fixed quickly, And I want to get in a couple of things before we leave here. First, two things. One, the balloons that the Chinese balloon that we shot down, the one that was spying, and the two other balloons that we're not saying what they were. I bottom line is two things. The United States government does not have the responsibility to tell you every freaking thing that you're doing. Okay. And there's a reason why, they may not want to play. It's like playing poker. Do you play poker and you go like, this is the cards I got, y'all. Okay, let's play the game. No, because you're going to lose. So all these people, and I want to know too, hell, man, I'm one of the guys that investigate, but all these people that are sitting here, we need to know. No, you don't. Shut up and sit down. Okay. When it comes to national security, you don't need to know shit. You just need to know that we're taking care of you.
Yeah. I have a real problem with this, and I just don't think that America needs to know every single thing. Because you don't need to know everything. Because what are you gonna do if we told you? What the fuck are you gonna do when they told you?
Freak the hell out.
That's all you gonna
Okay,
do.
freak the hell out. That's
And
what's
how you
gonna
know? How
happen.
you know? How you know it's the truth anyway? What they're telling you? How do you know?
How do you
Don't
know?
worry about it. Hey, that balloon, did you shot it down? Cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like now he's saying that it could be something else. It could be this. Why are you going to telegraph your play? See, this is what I'm telling people. Why are you telegraphing your play? You don't. Okay,
This,
let me put it. Let
this
me
is the
put it the
media.
way. Let me put it the way the American people will understand. I'm a quarterback. I am not going to give the opposing team my play sheet because if I do, I might lose the game. I think you understand.
Okay. Oh, we understand now, sir. Thank you.
Ah, man. I'm like, look, come on, just shut up. Then you got this media people out there like screaming and hollering, we need to know, we need to know. No, you don't. If the president said, hey, look, guys, we'll tell you guys about this, but I right now I can't, I am not gonna disclose our actions. And then after it's all over with, yeah, explain the hell out of it, but
Mhm.
not while it's going on, man. That's crazy. You
Again,
know?
it's the media that's doing this. This is the
Oh yeah.
media.
Oh yeah.
They still don't know everything. They ask the same question over and over and over and over and try to twist it. Just to say gotcha. That's all they're looking for is a gotcha moment.
Well, for
Trust me.
right now, yeah, that's all they're looking for is a gotcha moment. I mean, that's the reason why the State of the Union was such a great thing because they didn't have that gotcha moment. Another thing I want to talk about too, man, is these five cops, the cops in Memphis that pleaded not guilty.
That hurt me, man. That really, really, really hurt me. And I saw them on TV today in their little fucking suits and shit. I mean, that hurt. That just took the weight out of my sail. It
Not
was when they show
guilty.
us them motherfuckers that did that.
Not guilty. I'm like, guess what? We got the tape. You know, just like they did R. Kelly. We got the tape. I mean, come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Don't be stupid. But no, they're going to, and you know why they did that? Because now they're going to have a trial and the trial's
Mm-hmm.
going to be televised and it's going to drag out. But 3 years from now, 4 years from now, then, maybe there'll be some type of solution or accountability held, you know, um,
I
and then
personally don't. I personally don't think that trial is gonna last that long. Simply because, first of all, they're black, and they got to get rid of them. They got to put the people in jail right away. That's gonna happen right away. It like the George Floyd. Well, obviously, was a black person,
true,
not, but
true,
they got that
true,
trial done pretty relatively
true.
quick.
I stand
I
corrected.
think
You're
it'll be
right.
the same thing with these people here.
You're right. You're right. I really, but see, here's the thing. How do you, I'm so thankful for several things that I'm not one of those, one of the family members. I don't ever want to be in that position.
Yeah,
I've always prayed not to ever be in that position.
me too, man.
You know,
I'm not. I'm
I
not.
mean,
I'm not that guy, man. I'm
I'm
not
not
him.
that guy.
I'm not the guy who's gonna
You,
sit back and say, "Okay, let the law deal with that." I'm not him, man. Don't.
I'm not
I
that
do the
guy.
same thing. You hurt
Don't
me. You hurt my family. I don't care about me, but hurt my family, my family. It's fucking over with.
see, and that's the whole thing.
Um,
You talk about me, you hurt me, you come against me, you can do it, and people have. That's fine. That's fine. Come against my family, and I'm a different person, and
mhm.
you don't want to see that person. I don't want to see that person.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I fight hard to keep that person locked up. So and I because how are you supposed to deal with that?
Hmm.
And it's on camera. How are you supposed to deal with that? You're supposed to process that.
Yeah,
Oh, just sit back and hope that. I
yeah.
remember there was that movie Mississippi Burning, and I was like, there you go, that's John.
Right,
No,
right,
man,
right.
you remember the end of the movie, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
me. Because
I'm gonna be used to my family. You cops, you won't see a day. You won't see jail. Jail would be what not in your purview view. You won't see jailhouse.
they
Trust me.
be like, call the police.
You ain't gonna make it.
No, you ain't calling the police. You better
You're
call the
not gonna make
ambulance.
this one.
Yeah, call the morgue. Because no,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be there. I hate to say that on a show, like to be a downer like that. But it's the thing is that how are you supposed to deal with that? See, but we do, but we do, we do. Now, these guys going to go through a trial and everything. And I really, there's one particular thing that I really want to know is why did they pull him over? One of the cops, right after they pulled him over and after they got him beat down, right? One of the cops made 3 phone calls to different people and sent pictures. I know enough about certain things to know that if you want something done and then you say, but I need verification that it was done, you send pictures on your cell phone. You know, I mean, let's just break it down. So we have to wish. Let's see, man, my phone is going off like crazy. Let's see, we put it like this, man. If say for instance, there was a plot for hire or a plot to kill someone, and you hired somebody to do it, okay? Then you say, okay, but I need to have proof. So they take pictures and say, here you go. Why did that one cop send 3 pictures or 3, on his cell phone of that particular? Now he didn't know the guy was going to die. I need to know why that guy was pulled over. Whether or not this was some type of retribution, some type of hit, some type of, I don't know.
It definitely wasn't traffic violation.
No. So that part I definitely want to get at that. I definitely that part is bothering me. And then there's a couple of other things that's happening, man, that's not getting a lot of attention. But there was a black guy that got killed in New Orleans. Of course, he ran, he jumped off the thing and they shot him. However, and here's I saw the tape this morning, and here's the difference, okay? They shot the guy, the policeman shot the guy, but then the rest of the video is about him, or was it him or was his partner, trying to save that guy's life, okay? Now, should he have shot him? I wasn't there, I don't know, but he was unarmed, and they said he had his hands up. But afterwards, and this is what they should have done in Memphis, then you run over and you're supposed to render aid. You're supposed to try to save the person. Because this is if you did not want to kill them. I mean, if it's personal and you did not want to kill them, then you want them to live. So you try to, but if it's personal and you want to kill them, you ain't gonna try to render aid. So that's another whole thing I want to talk about.
That's a terrible situation. It really is.
It is. Again,
it's really bad.
The 1619 program is on Hulu, you guys. I saw the end of it. Please watch it. You would be surprised. You'd be surprised.
It focuses things. It brings things into perspective. It basically kind of gives you the truth. And this is why DeSantis and a few others do not want that in there, because it tells the truth. It tells the truth.
See, they've named it critical race theory, but it's not. And basically, it's just history. It's just verifiable, factual information from history. And that's basically all it is.
Good. It is so good.
Yeah, check it out. Look at it. I mean, trigger warning, because I tell you, I got triggered. I had to sit down and in the corner and just kind of wait. There's things that I saw that brought back memories, and I was like, oh my God, okay, look, because it just, but still, it needs to be. We all need to be educated on these things, exactly what happened. The towns that were burned down, the towns that people that were just murdered. There's a book that they talked about, and I want to get to, and look, okay, so it's a book on the chronological, it's a book on the lynchings in America. It's a picture of the lynchings in America, right? And so I said, I'm buying that book. Yeah, it's $149 on Amazon. Why would you make a book that much? Why? Because you don't want the public to see it. It's not at the libraries. It's not, you can't borrow it. You got to buy it. You don't want Americans to see exactly what happened, and this is the reason why I want this out there. People are like, just leave it alone. No, we shouldn't leave it alone. We have to understand it, and people have to see it, so they can't whitewash it. And this is what people did. This is why, why our system is the way it is.
Yeah. Because history and understanding history is not a bad thing. It really isn't. And I heard a quote the other day: history is not supposed to be easy, because but once you understand it, it can be a beautiful, hurtful thing. If that
It
makes any
is.
sense. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's good because you understand it, what happened, and now you move into the beauty of everything. So
And it's
it's a very
true.
good feeling.
That is the truth. When I started finding out different things, I was angry, and I was mostly angry because I was lied to. But then again, it started putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I go like, now I understand.
Mhm.
Now I understand. Okay, so but that is not obviously what our government and our laws want us to do, is to understand.
Yeah,
So
people. I was talking to a guy, I guess about 3 weeks ago, and well, I was listening on the radio, TV. She was TV, and the guy said, "Well, I don't understand why today's blacks are affected by what's going on. That's been over 400 years ago." And the commentator said, "Aren't you aware of DNA?"
yeah, yeah.
DNA. That DNA still lives in each and every black person. That DNA. Why does black people, when they walk into a room with white folks, they feel just a little bit standoffish?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why is
Why
that?
is it why? Why is it we feel, like you said, a certain way in certain places? And why do non-melanated people fear us?
Yeah, yeah,
Because that's what it is. It's fear.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can say it's anger, but it's fear.
yeah.
It really is
Why, why,
fear.
why, why does a white person feel uncomfortable when they walk into a room that's mostly black? Why is that? Why do you feel
Why?
uncomfortable? Why? Because someone told you something, right?
Because someone
The
told you,
media
man.
told you that they are savages, that they ain't no good, they're gonna hurt you, they're here to kill you. They want your shit, they want your white woman, they want everything you have. That's goddamn why.
Now, that's what I'm. Do you remember when they were like, they after your white women, the
Mhm.
black men are after the white women? It's
Yeah,
like, oh, come on, man,
yeah.
look. But because the white woman to the white man is his prize, I mean, it's just
I won.
I I just we really I have to understand American history. And I think that if most people understand American history, it would solve a lot of our problems. Because then it would go like, because look, man, I know white people that could walk into a room with black people, and I don't know how they feel, but I know that they act okay with me. I mean, I have friends that Jimmy Kimball had something on last night, man, that cracked me up.
Uh-huh.
He just took a picture. They were walking down Highway Boulevard, and they would
Mhm.
talk to people, and they say, where are you from? I'm from so and so. And he would stop white people. Do you have any black friends? And they'd stop the camera, and they'd have the audience say yes or no. Right? I was wrong on one of them. That's about it. The
Oh
rest of
yeah?
them, I was dead on.
That
Dead
sounds kind of
on,
funny.
man. It was really funny. Go back and watch it. It was
Yeah.
really funny. Like they asked this one person from Minnesota, right? She goes, "Do you have any?" She goes, "Do you have any black friends?" She goes, "That look up and to the right." Okay.
Mhm. That means hell no.
I can't think of any. You can't think of any. And this one girl goes, "Yeah." So the guy goes,
Mhm.
"What's her name?" He goes, um,
Oh shit.
yeah,
Jimmy,
right.
Jimmy Jim. That's
Okay,
him.
okay. And then, but then there's one woman, man. She said, that was the one that actually fooled me. She said, yeah. And he said, yeah. She goes, yeah. What's her name? Joyce? Can you call her? Yeah. She called, oh, she's not answering. He went, oh, so she's not answering. Then she goes, oh, hold on. She called me back. Like that. I'm like, uh-oh. And they said, are you her only black friend? No, she got about two more. And he said, what about Charles? And she goes, oh, I forgot about Charles. I'm like, see,
he comes at night. uh,
Charles, we supposed to know about Charles. You know?
I have several white friends. You
Oh
name my
man.
name, I can name them. I have one white friend. She whenever I say something wrong, she gonna email me. And she says, Yancy, I don't know if that was right. And I sit back and think, I say, you know what? You're absolutely correct. You're right. You're right. That wasn't right. And she
Man.
calls me on things that ain't right. And I love her to death.
That's what I'm saying. Dude,
Mhm.
okay, my son-in-law is white. There are people that I have that are very, very good friends of mine that are white. And so I mean, I'm like, and I can tell you their names. I can tell you their names. I can tell you where they live. Tell you the kids' names. It's just because I was never taught, honestly, I was never taught to be prejudiced by my family.
Yeah.
My father got in, when I remember telling somebody, I told one of my therapists, I said, my father at a very young age, he got me, he said, let me tell you something right now. If you hate them because of the color of their skin, you are no better than them. And I'm like, whoa. He said, you don't hate people for the color of their skin. You hate people because you don't hate them at all, but you distrust them because of the way they treat you, no matter what color they are. Right.
Yeah, see,
I'm like,
I'm not there yet on John's level, but I totally agree with him. You don't hate nobody for the color of their skin and the way you
no, I
treat them.
don't.
I will hate the shit out of somebody the way they treat me badly. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
no,
not
I
dislike.
didn't.
I will hate your ass to death. That's me. If you treat me badly, hate.
I will distrust you in a heartbeat. Okay. Oh,
This
you know what? See,
this
here's the thing.
nothing. I will hate. I hate your ass. That's simple.
That's it. I'm the guy that will sit there and smile and go, okay. And then in my mind, I'm going, I don't believe a damn word you're saying,
Yeah.
but okay, thank you very much. When they teach you that in corporate, man, that's one of the things they teach you. You always do this. Thank you very much. I really sincerely appreciate what you just said, and that means I don't give a damn. I got to get to the next person, sign this
Correct.
shit and get off my face,
Correct.
but this is what they teach you how to do that kind of stuff, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. So, man, listen, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We still doing the Centown Project. You said you're gonna be in California doing some interviews.
Yes, I'll be
And
taking some pictures out, some videos and stuff like that in California in March. I don't have the exact date, but I will be out there. I'll definitely be doing that. But before we start talking, I do want to one show I do want to talk about, John, is I like to have. I'm asking permission if we can probably have a business symposium. People who have started business and all come on the show one day and we just talk about your business.
I'm
Who you
down.
doing? What'd you
Let's
do?
do
How'd you
this.
do it? How's it working for you? Those kind of things.
Let's do
I
this.
think that's what we need because that's a solution. We know
Yeah,
we
it
got a
is.
problem. Now here's a solution to that. So
That's a great solution. We're gonna do this. Let's do it. Put it together, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get people. And if you guys are hearing us, and that's a great solution. That's what we're all about. Okay, like you said, like yes, he said, that's a solution. We're all about solutions. So yeah, we go ahead, man. We try to find out who wants to be with the program and have them all on and talk about their stuff.
That's what we'll do. We'll set together a plan. Bring on those entrepreneurs who's proven to be out there running the business, doing business, and can share good information to everybody who wants to go into business. So,
yeah. So that way, and then there's what I have found is there's answers to a lot of the questions and that people have that we don't really think of as answers, but because we're doing it. There's people that don't know certain things and stuff.
Yeah.
So absolutely. And that we can help each other. And then I'm going to support, I'm going to use you. I'm going to use whatever, I'll use your product, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we should do that. I think we should do that soon.
Okay.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Well,
let's get it, man.
I'll start hooking and jabbing on that right away.
Thank you very much, sir. There's so much on my plate right now, but it's great. I'm not complaining. Okay, believe me, I ain't complaining. But yeah, we got that happening. We can do it again. That the symposium is great. The Centown Project. There's the radio station coming up. There's what is it? We're going to be doing a special with Carl. There's another couple other specials we got coming up. There's a lot of things happening, and we just on the road. What we need you guys to do is just support us.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all. We're not asking for your money yet. Oh, it's coming though.
Yeah, it's coming. Listen, you cannot do this. No, seriously, you cannot do this effectively without having a budget, spending money. Right now, the budget's coming out of our pockets. Whatever we do is coming out of our pockets. The cameras, the microphones, the light, whatever we do, the travel, it's coming out of our pockets. We want to be effective. So yeah, there's going to be, and what do people, one thing I learned about business, people value what they pay for. And that is the truth. People value what they pay for. If you don't pay for it, you don't value it.
That's a grown-up saying number 101.
Yep. Yeah, it is. So, we're eventually we're definitely going to be hitting it up, and is it going to be a whole lot? No, but it's going to be something, because we have to recoup a lot of this and make it better to get our message out. These places, these things cost money. So yeah, we will be talking about that. And I said I would never ask for money, but I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I want to be effective, and I want to produce a good product. And to be effective and to produce a good product, you have to have finances. So that's the way that is.
It costs, yeah, it costs. It's just support. We asking for a lot. That's for a lot.
No,
100,000
no.
from each of you guys. Not a problem.
I mean, you look at this. Okay, how much you give Starbucks every day? You look at this. How much you paying for Spotify? How much you paying for Netflix? How much you paying for your streaming services? How much you paying for Amazon? How much you paying for all them people? How much you paying for all them? You think about that. Think about that. Apple One. How much y'all paying for that?
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, man, listen. We will definitely be back next week. I'm gonna also, man, the show Ordinary People That Accomplish Extraordinary Things. That is a new show that is going to be coming up on the network soon. And I've already interviewed several people, and I've got some people on the docket. It's just ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and you're one of them. By the way, so I got to interview you. Oh, heck yeah. So I got to interview you.
That'll be a short interview.
No, it won't. No, it won't, because I ain't going to let you hide. So, you do extraordinary things, and we're going to talk about that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I think people that do these things should be given, notoriety. People should know. Don't just look at the rich people who have made it and all this kind of stuff. An extraordinary thing might mean waking up, breathing every day. I mean, there was a point in time after I got hit by a car. An extraordinary thing for me was getting out of bed, walking to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So don't think it has to be grandiose, because it doesn't. It's based on what you do. I mean, I've got the first show is going to be with Aurelia Williams. She's my neighbor next door. I've talked to her about her. She's got Tony Awards. She's really good at what she does, and she's actually doing a Broadway show now. So it's just that I've got a couple of people, my friend Margot, a couple other folks that we're going to be having on. That just an interview. Just an interview. Just an interview. Anyway, man. So listen, that's about it for me today. I think
we hit it all. I think we hit it all.
We hit a lot. I'm gonna have fun typing this one up. All right, y'all. So listen, that's it for me and Yancey. Take care of you guys. Love each other, and listen, support us. Don't have us calling you out.
Yeah, I will too. I know who you are.
I was telling my wife the other day, watch when we make it, and we will. When we become, when the network becomes, number one and all this kind of stuff, all this, brother, yeah, I knew you were gonna make it. Yeah, brother, I knew you. No, you get out my face, and I will call you out.
Let's go through the books and see how much you donated. Nothing.
Yeah, what is your tithe? Let me shut up. Anyway, let me shut up. Yeah, I did that too for a long time. Anyway, so look, y'all. That's it for me. We care about you guys and take care of you guys, and listen, think about growing your own food. Okay. There's a lot coming up in America. Think about growing your own food. Think about it.
Won't hurt you.
Yeah, it won't. So Yancey, I will talk with you soon, my brother, and you can get on your thing with the symposium, right? I think that's a wonderful idea, bro.
I got it. I got it. I'm gonna jump on that right away. And I got several people who I got in mind, and gonna have a good show.
All right, we're gonna do that, and we'll let you know when that's gonna come up. Yay, the book! Yes, sir.
Jamal the Large Mirror Spanish edition is now out. This is the all Spanish. Every word is everything is Spanish.
Congratulations, man. That is for y'all that don't understand, that is a huge feat. It is huge, and I think that it's really good. The reason why I like that is because we're including our other brothers and sisters that are a lighter shade of brown. you know, and I also my thing is my Asian people too, my Asian friends, and yes, you know, we have to bring them into the fold, you know, because I'm telling you, man, it'll be a beautiful thing. We all get together, and it's gonna change this nation. I'm telling you, it'll change this nation. Definitely will.
It will.
So remember that if you have Hispanic individuals, make sure you buy that book. And I have some I'll be sending it to. And that's it for us, you guys. Again, we forgot to slate the tape. I forgot to say what it is. What's today's date?
Today is the 17th, Red Hat Friday.
Red Hat Friday. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Remember Sundays with Shay, and we'll talk to you next week. That's it. I'm out.
Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.